Are you going to do a reveal? Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to Showing Up. Hey everyone, welcome to Showing Up, your weekly video series that helps you show up in work, at home, and in life. Today we're going to talk about a couple of different things, so it's just Kaushik and I for the moment. So kick things off, Kaushik, how's your week been?
Week's been good. I've been doing something very different this week, so we got invited by Tim from Ruffles Creative to shoot some behind the scenes on a TV commercial they're shooting.
Cool.
So that was really cool. I firmly believe that if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room, so it was good to be surrounded by so much experience and talent and just to absorb what they're all doing and learn.
How does that work in this room?
Good question. Leave that to another episode.
Yeah. Who is the smartest person in the room? And which one of us should leave? Anyway.
What have you been up to?
So my week has been pretty cool. Recovering, obviously, from the 36-degree delivery day for Ara with 250 of their team. Yeah, beautiful day. Hour and a half of delivering at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a 36-degree day in a room that doesn't have aircon. Wouldn't recommend it. So recovering from that, but also now doing the hard graft, the background work on designing my programs for the year. So big news for programs this year. I'm excited about it. A lot of the times I've had people coming to me asking for speaker coaching, and my normal question is, so do you have a planned talk coming up that you have to deliver within 2 to 3 months? And they're like, no, I just want general kind of, I really want to increase my skills. So for a lot of those people, I've sort of been going, look, I don't do that. Right? For what I charge at an hourly rate, you'd be better off to go somewhere else, like a Toastmasters or a National Speakers. So after a period of time, obviously, you sort of like, maybe I should be looking at some way of helping those people. So this year I'm going to be running public workshops on introduction to speaking and presenting, and then I'm going to do a 12-week challenge, which is where people get to experience this type of stuff, 30-second pitches, 2-minute talks, proper presentations, and then obviously presented to camera and stuff. So I'm doing that all in the background, really cool stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so this video is going to be about LinkedIn Local, why we do it, our motivations, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So you took over LinkedIn Local from Dave, but this time last year.
Yep.
Why did you take it over?
Well, I kind of fell into it actually. So Dave brought me in to be the presenter for it, to kind of MC it. From there, he asked me to be chair, and then from there, he got busy with what he was doing and handed it off. So I took it over. What about you? Like, why did? Because I asked you to come on board for it. Why did you want to come on board?
Yeah, good question. So for me, I think it was. So my goal is to be known as the commercial videographer, video production company in Christchurch. So the go-to person for if you want a video done for your website, marketing, that kind of stuff. So I saw LinkedIn Local as a really good platform to sort of get myself out there a bit more. I'm naturally introverted, so it's a bit harder for me to do networking events.
No.
But if I'm involved behind the scenes, it becomes a lot easier.
I haven't noticed that you're introverted, mate. I can never show you up.
Yeah, it's a hard one, eh? It's a hard one sometimes.
So what's cool is, and I would love for you to get to know Kaushik a little bit more as we go through over the year. So one of the things you won't know about Kaushik is that Kaushik was part of the background videography for TEDx Christchurch, which brought you in for there. So our relationship has been, a couple of years, 2-3 years?
2018, I think, mid-2018, we started working together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a few years.
So we've been hanging out doing this stuff for a while. So with the LinkedIn Local Christchurch, tell us when it's happening, why it's happening, what's happening. Like, give us a bit of insight into that. When is it happening anyway?
So 24th of Feb, 7:30 a.m. Here at Vodafone. Yep. So we've got Tim Jones, the Grow Good guy, coming in to speak about how to make 2021 a great year.
Smashing your goals.
Smashing your goals.
2021.
But the thing that makes LinkedIn Local different is that it's a curated networking event. So Michael will check up some questions, you go find a partner, and you've got 30 seconds to discuss whatever topic is on the screen, basically. So you get to develop a more personal relationship with people because you've got time to actually talk to them. And then come LinkedIn Social, all of these other events, you've actually got connections that you can develop further.
You're introverted, right? So have you been to shit networking events?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
So describe what separates, like what makes an uncomfortable networking event for people who are introverted?
Yeah, absolutely. So an uncomfortable networking event is when you walk into a room crowded, full of people, and then it's just this overwhelming sense of, okay, who do I go talk to? And that takes a lot of energy. Finding people to talk to and what to talk about takes a lot of energy. And then usually I find by the end of it, I'm just absolutely tired and ready for a nap. What LinkedIn Local does is it takes a lot of those barriers away. So you just show up and then you're basically told what to do for most of it. And then at the end, you've got some free time to actually go and talk to people that you don't know or haven't met. So for me, that's probably the most valuable thing, is showing up and having some structure around what's actually going to happen on the day.
Nice, cool. And I'm the same. So I'm ambivert, right? So most people just presume that I'm extroverted, that I'm like this all the time. I'm the same. So I feel naturally uncomfortable when I walk into environments where I don't know a percentage of the people. And I'm the same. I hate the idea of here's a cake or a pie, here's a hot, terrible, rubbish coffee, here's a room full of strangers, kick you in the ass, good luck. I'm really opposed to that, which is one of probably the key things. So my background is 20 years training and development. So I've worked with New Zealand Police, IRD, FMG, big corporate industry. And one of the key things was making people comfortable really quickly so that they can learn, right? So if you're running education, if you're an education provider, one of the key things is people won't retain information if they're scared or if they're feeling anxious or anything like that. They're just in that survival mode. And if we start trying to educate people straight away, we're trying to stuff shit in their brain while they're not, their cortisol's going through the roof, they're stressing. And networking is the same, like why is it that we can't remember names and stuff like that? Well, of course we can't. We're just like survival. So that is, I use those skills that I use in all my training and development, and I bring that into what we do with LinkedIn to make people comfortable really fast so that they can let their guard down and get to know people and build proper relationships.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So what's your goal for LinkedIn Local for this year?
The goal is to really have a beautiful audience that has been, the audience itself feels super comfortable, and it's measurable by the time we get to LinkedIn social, that the numbers that come along to that, so that they can walk into a room and know about 97% of the people there. And that's where we have a beer, have some really good food, all sponsored obviously, and it's hosted up at Andy's place at Sign of the Takaki. That's what I want. I just want people to, because that's where the real networking occurs. That's where transaction of work happens, is when we're having a beer. But what I want is, through our speakers, last year we had Michelle Sharp, and my wife has just rewatched her talk because she was like, how does Michelle get on so many boards? I was like, watch the video. Have you not seen the video? My wife doesn't watch my videos. Does your wife watch your videos?
She does, actually, yeah. And she takes notes too.
I've been married for like 11 years.
Well, that's the difference. I've been married for 2.
Let's see if she's watching your videos in
11 years time,
11 years time, yeah.
My goal really stems in 2 directions. So we're part of LinkedIn Educate, and the goal for LinkedIn Educate is to get ourselves into organizations where we can teach what we do on a day-to-day basis. So for you, it's crafting your 30-second speech, presentations, delivery, that kind of stuff. For me, it's teaching people how to use video effectively, how to make their own videos. For other people in the team, they've got their own strengths that they're going to be teaching also. The personal goal for me is to really show up at these events. So be seen. Michael's going to be helping a lot of the core team with our delivery. And at some point this year, we'll be expected to get up in front of the room and actually facilitate the event itself. So a personal goal for me really is to show up, be seen, and put myself in uncomfortable scenarios. As always, if you would like speaker coaching, get in touch with Michael.
And as always, if you'd like any video work done, get in touch with Kaushik.
All right, catch you next week.
See you guys.